Before the coming of global right in Zamfara State, the most affected and vulnerable people in the community are the children. Government at the state level thought it was cholera. It was later, when it was confirmed, that we came to realize that it is an issue of lead poisoning. Virtually almost all the people in the community are affected because women have been miscarried. The men are getting impotent while the children are dying. Some are suffering from brain damage as a result of the lead poisoning disaster resulting from the gold mining in Zamfara State. Therefore, no one is getting in the mining communities. We have about 38 contaminated lead communities in Zamfara State satisfied by Center for Disease Control in Zamfara State. But with the coming of global right, we come to understand that there is a lot of rules and regulations governing mining in Nigeria. Therefore, the global right build our capacity to the extent that we can engage government at the state and the national level as far as mining issues and host communities are concerned. I want to use this opportunity to extend our sincere appreciation and gratitude to global right, because whatever we became, it is as a result of their mentorship, coaching and the training.
The host community, Meganga, that's where the coal mining activity is actually going on. Now, Ashaka Cement is mining coal for their cement factory here in Gombe State. And so the host community has experienced a lot of devastation in their environment, first of all. A lot of land was lost, 6 square kilometers was taken away from them. And so a lot of the people have lost their farmland. And we noticed that they've been suffering certain rights violations. Their air is polluted because there's always activity going on, so dust is raised. The coal is combustible, which we all know, so the coal catches fire in the dry season.
I was born here in this community, Komta, and when I grow up, I start hearing about the mining and many resources that is here in Billiri, including Komta. Meganga is neighboring with us here. So they start mining there. They usually use water to wash the coal. So that water is very harmful to human life.
By the time Ashaka have started releasing their water to this place, our people did not know that the water is dangerous to their life. They just continue taking with their animals. So that is where we start recording problems whereby our people have been reducing in a numbers.
Muna ganin ruwa fara mai kyau sai muna ca, muna amfani da ita, muna using da ita, dabbobin mu suna ca, mu ma mu zo mu ca. Kafin nan daga tun lokacin kuma muna ca sai ciwon ciki.
Kanuwa na ta yi bare da ta sha ruwan ne. Sai ruwan ya irin mai wata 2 aka dinna ta fara ciwon ciki kafin a kai asibiti to ba iya sayawa ba.
Den do ko mi puɗɗano yarki ndiyan campagne la fas ɗo mi yamɓe no amande ɗan fuɗɗi nattanki men ɗan min jarata ɗan sanadiya keɓuɗum min ɗum kenan nden heelani men ɗan ɗum nden o yahatano duuɓi makko nayi sey to min cottini ko mi heto min gaɗanimo amande min keɓi may Komta warani men sadade ɗum heelani men ɗan nden Allah umminimo hikka nden no ay o yahatano emo jooɗi hikka bo ɗan duuɓi makko 7 emo jooɗi.
If you enter into the village, you can see the paralyzed girl, you can see those that have skin diseases, you can see blind ones.
Da tana da lafiyanta yanzu kuma an kawo ruwa tana sa. An sako mana ruwan tana sa, ta sa ruwan rashin lafiya ya same ta. Ya taɓa mata hankali.
The mining company is supposed to have our children working for them there to earn something for living. And we don't have even a single person working with them.
I'm into arable crop farming. I have an orchard. We have some trees. You've seen some guava over there. Okay. Oh, you can get your moringa seed here. Yes. The stream that carries the effluent from the mining activity goes through a good part of the local government, including this orchard and including some of my farms up there about 5-6 kilometers away.
Ruwan yana bata mana gona, amfani yanzu ruwan in ta taba amfani sai kaga amfani yana bushewa. Kuma sun zo kasan bata da kyau, kasan bata bada amfani kamar yadda da.
After we complained to the Minister for Environment at Abuja, they now give some directives for them to come and provide an alternative source of drinking water. And they came and sank 3 boreholes instead of the 4 that they had agreed to sink. One was here, the other one is here, the other one is in the other community up there, okay? So 3. And the borehole worked for just about 1 month and it packed up.
Yan global rice sun zo da suka zo sai muka je company, sai muka je muka ɗebo ruwan sun je za su je su gwaggwada sun nemi likitocin da za gwaggwada.
The doctors inform us that the problem we are getting from the community is from the source of drinking water that we are taking.
The water is a byproduct of their mining activity, which they release on a daily basis, and it goes and affects these people's source of water.
We complain that we are dying, we complain that we have many problems here and there, and they didn't take care of us anywhere. So that's why we go to court.
So after our petition in 2015, the company, they do not release the water in the broad daylight. They release it mostly in the night.
Kullum ba sauki har ya kai ga na kai aka kai ni asibiti. Da aka kai ni asibiti aka je aka abin nan aka gwada ni sai aka ce mun to fa na tafi operation.
I'm not happy to see this thing happening with our people. These people have been suffering for a long time. I petitioned the company initially, and the company were even trying to stop the entire process.
That most of these big companies, when they start exploiting minerals, hardly care about the environment.
Gaskiya mu kam mun ba kuna taimaka mana ba muna cikin wahala. Har ga Allah ba inda muke to ina za mu je.
Ba mu taba samun wani wanda ya nuna kula da mu ko kuma tausayawa tare da mu ba, ko a gwamnati ko a wani kamfani ko kuma wani NGO, sai dai ko wannan kamfani da ake kira a Global Right. Ko da shari'ar nan da muke da ashaka dalilin su ne muke samun taimako, in ba su ba da ba mu masa koyina ba, domin sun san ba mu da karfi ba mu san hanya ba. Mun gode musu ne.
Zuma 828 Coal Limited came into Njema in 2009 to commence exploration and subsequently mining.
Since the arrival of the Juma company to my community, Njema and Okobo, we cannot mention anything, the right thing they have done so important to the community.
We have 2 things disturbing the community, which is erosion, and during the dry season, it's a dusk, where the big motor, even the big motor starting to pass all this area, just like you near somebody, you know, will see us.
If you can see the community now, our people are dying silent because of this company of the thing. What they promise to do, they will not do.
Even to bring doctor or clinic for us here is a problem.
This cassava, I mean, the job where we get from but this is our side. We don't have anything to assist us. If after we produce this gari, road where they will carry go the market, we no get road. As no get road, the machine where they carry, now costly price, now they give us. If you come out all those things with your engine, everything, the thing where you just get little for ingredients. You don't get nothing come out inside.
Dangote establishment came in after they started excavating, and we kept mounting pressures, do our road, do this. What they do now, more or less now, is surface dressing. They come in with their bulldozer, they remove our surface soil, but there is an effect. If you go through most of our roads, you now see like a valley is being created in between surfaces.
The bridge they did is just like a convent. So these Dangote people, they have just come to spoil our village for us and go away.
From the onset, there was no CDA, and the company was carrying on with its mining activity until after about 8 years, when the host committee people realizes this, that without CDA, the law does not allow a mining company to mine.
The global right, they give us the enlightenment how we should go with the Dangote people so that they will do something for us.
Right from the time this mining activities is taking place, to drink clean water here is a problem. You can't see clean water drink in the Njema community. Even the borehole they dug for us here, they promised to dug almost 6 boreholes, but it's only 1 here now. You know, one cannot serve this large community.
The entire community decided to embark on peaceful protests to be able to make the company realize that CDA must be a precondition for mining. All we could have from the company was the company to arrange a kind of arrest, which was meted out on so many prominent committee leaders, including myself.
What our work is to empower the community to know what their rights are and to use the legal means made available by law to pursue their rights.
With your presence today, I think you can help us to look into this situation with a view to find a permanent solution to all our problems.
The effort of the global right has enabled us to know, to identify many things, that there's no way we can operate with the company without signing a valid CDA.
Mining, I believe in the 1930s, even before I was born, mining took place there. It was controlled by a Briton, one Mr. Green. After some time, he decided to wind up the company and left, and all the laborers also left. Most of them are dead by now. It is that history that the villagers followed that led to exploration of gold again.
Lalle muna da takaici babba ba karami ba saboda ba mu ga ƴaƴanmu ba mu ga dukiyanmu. Mun batar da dukiyanmu saboda ƴaƴanmu.
The big mistake was that they brought the rocks into their environment, grounded it, washed it there in their compounds. And the lead that was contained in the rocks they were grounded deposited itself in the compound, which affected the children.
Yaro ya fara da amai ne. Daga amai sai zafin jiki, sai zufa ke ta baman fita. Idan baccin nan ba zai falka ba, lokacin da ya tashi baccin nan, lokacin nan ciwon nan zai taso mashi. To kuma idan ya taso sai ya ci rayuwa tukunna sannan zai kwanta.
It was when this sickness of a thing affected the children, they started dying. And even when they were dying, we were not told. Because the belief was somebody wanted to make money through juju.
Yanda ta fara, ta soma da sanyin jiki ne. Jikin sai ya dauki sanyi gaba daya. Da abin ya zo ta yi kamar za ta yi bacci, sai abin ya dauka. Da ya dauka shine ta kama abin gannan kwambasha din nan. Shine da muka ga haka muka yi fama abin bai kawo sauki ba. Shine sai muka je waje mai gargajiya ya dan ba mu wani dan taimako ta dan samu sauki. Tunda suka dawo abubuwan da yana halbawa kadan. shine sai muka kai report a abin nan a Kagara, shine aka zo aka dauke mu zuwa in anka.
So we continue to find out, and we were told it's not any witch doctor, it's not any rituals. It was the issue of lead poisoning. But by then, about 28 children had died then.
Kukana gwamnatin tarayya ta agaje mu yanda Allah ya agaje ta raba mu da wannan abun. Bayan haka, inda abin taimakawa, a taimaka mana daga mu har mazan mu da abin da za mu ci da ko wurin kwanciyar mu.
Governments, not just a government, federal, state, and even the local government at this level, should come together and face this menace.
Ebonyi State is often regarded as a backwater state where miners come in, do their work, leaving the community more impoverished. And most vulnerable groups are women and children.
If you see a woman now, they can just be like a crazy woman. You may say that they are mad. They are not mad. It is condition.
Royal Salt came in and collected our farmland, our mineral sites.
We realize that the activities of man has negative impacts on the environment and on the health of the people. If you go to the mining sites, you see women that start work as early as 7, leave the mine site as late as 6 p.m. with an average daily income of 500 naira. We've had incidents of pit collapse.
It's when you're using hand to mine, to dig. The thing will not be wide. It will be very narrow. Sometimes it will collapse and kill people.
There was 3 boys that were drowned on a pit. You called me, I told you that it is not my village, but it is our neighboring village in Chuku. January 13th, 2009. Another calamity still happened in our village, though. That one went over the air. 3 boys again that were drowned inside the pit.
The mining activity is often surface mining. And this surface mining leaves a lot of pits open. Women and children get drowned almost on weekly basis in these open mines. A recent incident is where a woman carrying her child on the back went to fetch water in one of the abandoned sites. She slipped and got drowned, including the baby.
The borehole they promised they will dig borehole for us. They did this one they call hernia pump. You will jack and jack, there is no water.
So this is the only water in which you can say you can come and fetch.
Fetch this water.
Yeah.
Take it back home and drink.
And drink.
Actually drink.
Drink.
And the government is aware of this, the company as well.
The company is aware.
In the 21st century, most communities in Ebonyi State still depend on contaminated, on self-impounded water for domestic use.
There is nothing to show up that this kind of company is here. There is no electricity, there's no drainage, no road, good road. There is nothing, absolutely nothing.
The other time the youth protest to give them job. They shoot 2 of our boys.
Before I know what happens, my hand just go down and I discover that the police have shoot me gun. So the worst part of it is that the company that did this thing to me, they refused to do anything.
Nah. It's not what we thought, it's what we are saying.
But I like never cook a Eve my HB.
Akwa ka sha konja
Eve my
pa ko
area. I come I no la cut any benefit and whether it would be with a quadiata.
Nothing.
And do you turn? The Tanaka down.
I ask where
the cover way give me make a part I help you. A good work what are you? I could be big buying town. On another brew.
We have been crying for them to see how they can help us, but it seems that all efforts have proved abortive.
I'm begging the global rights to help us in any means that can assist us.
First, equipping you with the skills and the knowledge of what the law says communities are entitled to, and then working with you to ensure that you're able to effectively engage the government. We don't believe in violence, but we believe that government must work for its people. If it's not working for its people, it has become an illegal government, illegitimate.
After the workshop, I picked more courage to speak on behalf of my people, because they have opened my eyes to know that what we are calling for is the right. They have taught me my rights.
Global Right has assisted us to build our capacity to intervene on behalf of the communities and also to amplify their voices.
We live in a country where government talks at people, companies talk at people. We don't talk with one another. We don't believe in that. Everyone has a right to freedom of expression, and everyone has a right to the opinion of how they feel about these things, and that you cannot claim to have a democracy when the policies of government are not humane and when they do not abide by what the communities themselves want.
I thank Global Right for this initiative. With their coming, there is hope. And the story in Ebonyi State will change.
Rafita haka ga hayan shi nan. In da baka da ruwa ba dole sai ka tafi ai.
Na da ya ba su ba mu ruwa. Ruwan yana bakin kofan kamfani suna lokacin. Ba su ba mu nan ba.
Yanzu mun samu yara uku da mota ya buga hanya ko saboda rafi.
Ruwan yana fita ga da can nesil suna inda suna wanke abunan nasu suna pompon ruwa ga inda ruwan da yana zo yana fita ya bi ko riga da can sama daga nan yana fita yana shiga muna ruwan da muna sha. So ka gani mu inda lokacin da sun yi pompo wallahi ba mu da dadin ruwan sha kai ma ka duba irin tobo nan da za su tura ruwa suna shiga muna ruwa mu sha kuma ba sun ki su ba mu pompo sun ce ba za su ba mu ruwan sha ba. Da Global Rights suka shiga wannan al'amari na tsakaninmu da Nestle gaskiya yanzu na mun samu change. Na then revenue this class and those all na then revenue it Nestle. Sun kawo mun container as my office ɗaya kenan. Now here they drill the borehole. See the drain where they bring. Anytime where they need the water 24 hours. Now then they bring fuel.
Yanzu mun gode da an kawo mun ruwa nan. Muna haye titin wara kuma yayi nisa muna hawa da sauyi kuma
taking water and crossing road. My mind know the rest.
Mu muna son yanzu inda an kawo nan mu mu samu can salete.
Kwanan baya sun dawo sun ce in nuna musu gurin da za a gina the other side ma. Hayan hanya. A don gefe can mai zama da nashi, na mai zama da nashi. Ta yi global right kamar gwamnati ne. Su sun san cewa wani abu mun dauka ya fi karfin mu. Da global right suka zo suka shiga wani cikin al'amari, ka gani yanzu nan ko ya so ma gani ba yanzu nan ba su ma sun zo da bakin su ne suna ta fada nan ba. Zan yi ba. Dama ka je ka roke su, ina ya bara muka ma. So ni na gode wa Allah, kuma na gode ma global right da suka shiga gari ne. Shine yanzu nan ya sa ni ma ni karan kaina na jin daɗi.
Jani na gaida masoya ai ba gida ba ko daji ne ni baban gida mai kaɗa gurbi. Mugun magangari sai kura zaki ya tafi bai dawo ba a kwana ana lodawa kayan amalawa ne jaki ko an azaba zai ɗauka ba karo da karo sai rago ɗan akuya sai ƙallon hoki. Ai karo da karo sai rago ɗan akuya sai ƙallon hoki. Kudin da zai bi idanu a kafaɗa ake doke shi. Ina ku tutture da idanu na ce harare mai sare ka. Dan yar fara baban murja dan yawo hakimi mutumina sardonan min jibir turakin kawo baba abin da kake mani ya rabbana ya karo halifa na gode ma halifa uban ɗaki na lafiya na zannan barno